Right, saying there's nothing on tonight, I just thought I'd do a wee bit in practice mode. Let's see. It's a couple of Swedish games, I think they're playoffs or something maybe. I'll do them both for half-time goals. I'll do £50 a point. Alrighty, well under here, so I'll just get Mats to get in. Let's see, half-time score. We need to cover 49 quid. So 49 divided by 11.5 is 426. So we'll just do a fiver on a 1-all to cover commission. Right, that's me in. That's a MLB game done. Acropolis, same. It's a wee bit higher. I'll just go in at the usual 2.2. And I'll do an FT3 in this MLB game as well. So that'll be matched in the next 5 minutes, hopefully. Right, MLB game. And we'll correct score. And I'm going to Dutch half a point. On the usual 1, 2, 2, 1. There we go. And it pays nearly 3 points. So there, we're in the market. So Acropolis, I'm going to have a go at.
This event has been suspended.
There's a goal, I think. Acropolis over 2.5. And we'll just go in at evens here. And we'll go in. Any goals go in, and we'll see what we can do by trading out or getting rid of liability, etc. So just to show a wee bit more in some of these trades, what the possibilities of what you can do. So we'll see. Well, there's no goals, so we'll pause this anyway and come back if anything happens. Right, I'm just going to add these markets into Guardian, and then you can have the watch list up, which is quite handy. Get rid of them for a start. Right, first one, Acropolis, and we're in the half-time market. Half-time score. And over 2.5. Okay, and then the MLB game. MLB, same, half-time score, and I'm in correct score for an FT3. And that's them. And they're synced now on my watch list, so we can display it. And pin it. There's some market suspended. I'll have a look in a minute and see what it was. Get rid of them. You can tell here from all of them what's happening. If the 0-0's still there in the MLB game, you can see there's still a price for it, so we know there hasn't been a goal. 0-0 still there in the Acropolis game, so still all good to go. That's just handy to have sitting there and for Guardian. If I want to display any of these in the ladder, I can just hit the wee ladder. It's quite handy now. I can watch all my games just on this display, so handy enough. Right, okay, so I've had a goal in the MLB game, as you'll see now. There's the markets just sort of itself out. As you can see, we're green here from the first half, but market hasn't set up yet. According to still a price, there's it now. down to 1,000. So they're just updating. It's just come up with flash score that it's 1-0. So let's see where we are. I need to get the 1-all in this game too. Nearly forgot about it. Simple done. Half-time score, and I need to cover £60 liability. So 60 divided by 10.5 or by 11. So £5.45. So I'll just go in at £6. Get that covered before goal goes in. It's not the end of the day if a goal goes in anyway. You can just trade out for the green, as you'll see on this Mialby game. You could have just traded out. I just got that covered in time, I think, because the market's been suspended. The game, now you say, could just trade out for the £34 and green up if I hadn't got the 1-1 covered. But because I've got the 1-1 covered, I'm happy to let it run, you know. It's just how I like to do it. It's very easy for set and forget. Once you get your 1-1 cover in, you can just turn the screen off if you want, you know. Or, because I like trying to take the full profit, I think overall you'll get more wish by letting than you will by trading out. So we'll pause it anyway. I've just showed you that goal in the Mialby game. Let's see where we are. Mialby correct score. I'll get a look at that now too. See, is there anything else worth doing? Let's go to one click and we'll get rid of this. Right, and you can see there we're already in a profit from the first goal. It's 1-0 to Mialby. And we'll just have a look and see is there anything else worth covering. And don't forget, you have this £140 here to play with for a £25 stake. So it's like you're using half a point and you've nearly 3 points of profit sitting. So, you know, always use that to your advantage. If you need to cover more score lines, you know, if I want to cover 2-2, you know, it's 14 to 1, 14.5 to 1. You know, so I only need £2 on, and I've got that to the scratch situation. I need to get £25 cover. There's 15. £2 gets me an extra 5 green here, and it's only taking £2 off this green. I'll put the rest of my liabilities up to 27. Or I could cover 3-0, you know, for £2 or £3 again. It's going to come off here. So don't forget, you can always spend more money in the market. I'm not going to do anything at the minute at 1-0, but you know, if it goes 2-0 or 1-off, I'll think about covering more. You know, so it's not a bad position to be in. It's always remember to try and use this 140. You don't have to wait on hitting the 1-2 or the 2-1 to take the full green. You know, you have a lot to play with there. Use it to your advantage and cover other score lines, especially when you can at high prices here. So just take advantage of that. There's 1-0 in the FHG game, Acropolis. So there's the two first half trades are in. Let me see. Now, where are we? There we go. So it's 1-0 to the away team. We'll let that run out. It's only more the over 2.5 market I want to really look at to see what position it puts us into for one goal. There's 20 minutes gone. And we'll go to one click. It's maybe easier to see. There we go. Now I can get out for, what is it? About 40%. Let me see. Yeah, 36%. So 0.36 of a point I can get out for now just on the first goal. So this is where, you know, when we're trying to put results up on an over 2.5, it's very, very difficult to put a profit and loss into it, because I can say, right, I don't want to be in this trade anymore and come out. If I get another goal, I'm going to get more green. The game might finish up over 2.5 goals where you've got your full point. You know, so it's very difficult. You know, everybody's going to do their own preferences. They might say, oh, I don't want to stay in anymore. That's a quick 0.3 of a point. I'm happy to get out. 20 minutes work. And it wasn't even, because I only went in after 10 minutes. So it's these types of trades where we're going to maybe run into problems with profit and loss, but it's nothing we can do with it. Everybody's going to be, their profit and loss is going to be different anyway. But I just wanted to do this trade to show people, you know, the scenarios you can get along the way. So I can come out for 0.3, but I'll just let it run, just obviously for the video, so we can see how the market reacts to the goal after 20 minutes. You know, now the overs is 1.45. I could lay that off. You know, I could lay my 50 quid off there now and turn this into a no liability trade and leave myself with £25 green on the overs and give myself a free bet at it. You know, it's under 1.5. So if I lay 50 quid off that now, it's only going to take 45%. So 22.50. It'll take off this 50. So you'll have 27.50 sitting here and nothing here. So you have no liability to worry about. So that's another option in this type of trade. You know, you can, if you get a good early goal, you can say, right, get rid of my liability and have a free shot now at the extra. But if you get another goal and that goes down more again, you can get rid of your liability or cash out. So I'll just pause it anyway, and more goals go in. I'll come in and I'll try and explain more options in between this trade and the FT3 trade. The first half trade, our first half goal trade is pretty self-explanatory. As you know, the goal's in. I can get out for 24 there and 34.50 in that game, but we'll just let it run. Okay. Right, 32 minutes in the Mialby game, it just went 2-0. So what I really want to be looking at now is on the full-time 3. I've no cover on 3-0. So we want to get it covered, at least a scratch. So I'll just let this market settle. You see the gaps here, 5.6 and 6.4. Market hasn't settled yet. So once you get closer to 5, 8 and 6, or 6 and 6.2, or whatever it'll go to, I'll have a look at covering this. That's an essential thing with 2 early goals here, is because another quick goal, 3-0, bang, I'm out of the market and I've lost my half a point. So I'll get this covered now once this market settles. So I'll be back in 2 seconds to do it. It's taking its time rather than waiting on this kicking in. There's only 3 grand in this market, so it's not brilliant. You know, try and have a wee bit more than that in when you're trading, but we'll get a look anyway. So with 4 points, with 25 quid to cover, we're at 4.7 to 1. So 5.32 will cover that. We'll just go in with 6 quid. And add this reverse, so get it back to normal. And I'll back it for 6 quid. First thing to do. Of course, that changes to 5.6 as soon as I do that. I'll come in there. There we're in. So I'm covered now on that. I'll just cover the 2.2 as well because it's quite high. You know, I've 31 quid to cover. It's 31 divided by 16. It's only 193, so 2 quid will cover me there. I'll just go 3 on it, and we'll get some cover on the 2.2. So I've got 3-0, and I've got the 2.2. Now my liability's up here. I'll push this liability up to a point if I have to try and get some green out. As you can see there, if I don't like the trade, I can get out for £3.88, which is nothing. You know, but I've got my 3-0 covered now. I can't lose money on it. I've 2-1, I've still 130 quid on that, and I've got 2-2 now covered with some green. So if we get 2-1, I'm not losing too much on the 3-0, which is where we really want to be, is 2-1. So that's just how to cover that one. As you can see, it doesn't take a whole lot. Divide your liability and get it done. So, but at the minute we're on a £34 loss on the 2-0. So, but it's early days. It's only 35 minutes gone, so plenty of time for more goals. So I'll come back if anything else happens. Right, we're 33 minutes into this Acropolis game. Just show you the position we're in. I can green out here for 30 on the half-time market. 4.29 or 4.91 now in the half-time market. So there's 35, basically green, that I can take now. 33 minutes in. So this is another thing with the P&L. You know, I could come out now with that, rather than leave it, where if I hit 1 all, I'm going to end up with small green, you know, or scratch, depending on how you would play it. You know, so the opportunities are there after 1-0 to come out for profit. and take the green that is sitting there, rather than risk this green for scratch if it goes 1-all. You know, the over 2.5 market now, we're sitting at £11 green because this price is rising all the time because time's running out. We've still only got one goal, so you can see where it's declining, but we get another goal, this will shoot way down again and we'll get that opportunity to green out or make scratch and have a free bet on the over 2.5. Melby game's near enough in because there's only about, well, it's 2-0 and there's only about 5 minutes left for the half time, so we'll take that full 50 green and we'll lose our fiver here. So 45 take away, or 50 take away your commission minus 5, and usually in around sort of 0.8 of a point on your half time market. And then we'll have our full time 3 trade, which we've covered a few extra score lines. We can come out for £2.77 there now, but we'll let it run and see. Hopefully we can get the away goal that we want. Okay. Right, so we're in the 45th minute of the Melby game. Now you can see here across it on my watch list here, the 6 markets I'm in, I can come out now with 77 green. So about a point and a half basically from what I'm playing there. And I'm in what, 1, 2, 3, 4 trades basically for a point and a half. So I'd take that any night, really. Now you can see here, this market's basically gone. So a £50 minus my 5%, which is 47.50 minus, where are we? Half time score minus my fiver. So 42.50 green on £50 a point gives me 0.85 of a point for that first trade, and it's basically in. And like I said, you know, the green's there to protect like if you wanted to take it earlier, but 2-0 there's no need to. The Acropolis game you could try and come out of it a wee bit earlier because there's a chance of 1-all happening, but I've put a wee bit extra on here just to get some green just in case it happens. So first green of the night anyway, so I'll come back again when it's half time in the Acropolis game. Right, so half time in this game, 1-0. So same again, 50 quid green gives us 47.50 minus our half time score liability. We recovered the 1-all, that was £6, so gives us 41.50 profit, which is 0.83 of a point. So there's what, 1.6 odd profit so far. Still in 2 trades, which is the over 2.5 in this game, or sorry, the Acropolis game, and the full-time 3 crack score trade in the Melby game. So it's half time now. I'll come back second half hopefully. Hopefully get more goals in this over 2.5 trade because I'll not come out of any of them. As you can see there, I can come out with 50p loss now, which is nothing, but I'm trying to get as many scenarios in this practice trade just for the video, so as you can see sort of different scenarios and how they end up. You know, it gives you what options you have when goals go in. But of course, these games need goals, and all the research in the world sometimes pulls you into a 0-0 if the teams don't perform. Stats are there, but sometimes it just doesn't happen. But usually the strike rate's high enough to leave you in profit, like, you know, GW has been this month. Last month there was a week's worth of awful results, but we had basically lots of people learning, so it didn't take too much. And I said that after 2 days, listen, we'll not worry about profit and loss this month, just get people into the strategies and get more comfortable and aware of what's happening in them. So that's what we took October for, and we started P&L in November, which is 9 points after 4 days trading. So just hopefully go on and keep the strike rate high, but not everybody has that. I'm personally down because I haven't traded every game because I've been basically helping people in the chat. So, and I'm sure there's others in the room that aren't up, but if you traded every game that we've selected, you'd be 9 points clear. So that's the way it goes. It's just getting yourself comfortable with all the strategies and hopefully starting to trade them all. But time can be a factor where you can't be at your screen for all the trades, but it's part of the game. I'll come back second half, hopefully to more goals. Okay, 60 minutes in. and we've got the goal we want. Spent 2-1 in the Mjällby game. Still nothing else in the other Swedish game, but we'll see. This is where we are now. We've got the 2-1 covered. Now, what we want to do is maybe look at 3-1, or we can cash out once this market settles. We've got 2-2 covered, so we're covered there. We just haven't got 3-1 covered. But again, we've still this 131 to play with, and we've 1850 here. So if we went 2-2, we're still okay. But like I said, we're not covered on 3-1. Half an hour to go, and we're suspended again. Don't know what for. If it's another quick goal, we could be in trouble. But that's part of trading, so we'll just wait and see. I'll just pause it and come back in a second. Right, put 365 on, see what's going on. There seems to be an injury or something, that's why the market's suspended. So there could be a card or something. So once this market reforms here again, we'll get 3-1 cover, or we'll see what our cash out is, and we'll decide from that. But 62 minutes gone. Hopefully we'll not see too many more goals. We're in a winning position with 131 here, so we'll spread this 131 across into something else, basically by backing another scoreline, or if this price was low enough, we could lay. So we'll just wait and see. I'll pause this again once this market comes back into life again, and I'll try and get 3-1 covered. So back in a second. Right, so it was a red card in Mjällby. I hate red cards in trading. Might have worked in our favour here, I don't know, but I'll still cover this 3-1 once this settles. But I've just put it on to 365 as a red card in Mjällby, so we'll just see. I'm going to check the in-play stats on the other Swedish game to see what the options are for the over 2.5 trade, but I would tend just to let it run and hopefully get another goal, but we'll see anyway and see what the options are. Right, that other Swedish game, there's 6 on target for the home team and 5 off target. 1 on target for the away team, which obviously they scored with, and 8 off target. So the stats are good for another goal, but we're sort of running out of time to do anything about it. Once this settles a wee bit, I'll cover this 3-1 just in case. As you can see, because the red card now, the prices went up because the market's not expecting it to go 3-1. They're more expecting it to go 2-all. Might even look at this 3-2-3 as well. But with half an hour to go, or 25 minutes, we don't know what way we'll go. But maybe for the sake of a couple of quid, just covering them anyway. So I'll cover this 3-1 of 34 quid to cover. So 34 divided by, say, 7. It's only 4.85, so we can cover it with a fiver. And rather than messing about, we'll just do it. And I'll cover this 2-3 as well. For the sake of a fiver again, I'll just do it in case it goes that way. This will knock a fiver off here for me. Once this is met, there's it down to 13.50. I'll not even do that. I'm only 39 to cover. 39 divided by 11. There we go. Only 3.54. Put 4 quid on it. And cover the 2-3 as well. And hopefully we'll come out with some sort of green. I just like a goal in the other game. There's green. Can't really lose. It stays 2-1 now. You know, Mjällby might park the bus now at this stage with just over 20 minutes to go. And if they do, then we're sitting there with 2.5 points, basically sitting there on the 2-1. Covered on 2-2, covered on 2-3, basically covered on 3-1. We've only 2 quid there, so I'll not worry too much about that. Let the 2 quid sit. You know, so I'll pause it and come back, anything else happens. Of course, your other options are greening up. And as this gets lower, this 2-1 gets lower and under 2, you can start laying off, drip laying. I'll start laying off some of the profit that'll just add into all of these score lines by laying off. But it'll take another 10 minutes before this gets down, I think, because it depends on how Mjällby are setting up with the 10 men. You know, so we'll just wait and see. Right, also on this other game, we're sitting there now at minus 1970 because the tables have turned and now the under 2.5 sitting at this price. So if we wanted to get out now, we can get out for what is it, 0.4 of a point we could get out for if we wanted to, but we'll wait and see. The in-play stats are good. 7 on target for the home, 2 for the away. So we've got 9, 17. We've got 22 shots in total with 1 goal. So hopefully we get another one so we can see what's where the market moves on this over and under market. As you can see, we're nearly up to a point of greening up here. So a point, you know, that you could green up for and get out of this market. But hopefully my LB sits back and we can come out with some decent green. Right, so we're 73 minutes in. We've just over a point here. If we wanted to exit the market now and take our point, I just let it run through, like I said, just for this video. But the options are always there. You know, anytime you want to get out, you can. And now this here is getting down to 2. I'm going to start laying. This is 22.13 extra. I'll leave the 2 points on the 2-1 and I'll lay the 22 quid off once it gets under 2. And that way I'll get 25 or 30 added into these score lines just in case we get another goal or a late goal. Hopefully we can get them all matched. So that's what I'll do now. I'll lay that 1-2, or sorry, 2-1. As you can see there, we're just getting into 2. I like this reversed if I'm on the ladder. And there's it reverse, and I'll just do it in £3 hits. I'll just start there. There's 12, 15, 18. We'll do one more and then we'll see what way we are. We'll go 165. And that'll take this 22 down, leave 100 on here, but for every 3 quid I get matched, that'll put me onto every other scoreline. Across these, every scoreline that's here, it'll every leg get matched, it'll add on to these ones. So if we get a late goal, hopefully these have risen a wee bit and we'll come out with a wee bit more. But for the full-time 3 trade, 1-2 and 2-1 you target scores, and the simple way of playing the strategy is if you get onto these score lines, depending on the timing, is just to get out with your profit. But I like playing the correct score markets, and for people learning to trade, once you get into this sort of scenarios where you can do this, it's enjoyable just watching the game through, especially if you're watching it on TV and you can see what's happening. So still nothing in this other game with 20 minutes to go. Unless we get 2 late goals, we could be losing a point, but for the video we're not worrying because we're in practice mode, as you can see here. So I'm not worried too much about it. It's just for educational purposes more than anything. But we'll see. I'll pause it anyway and hopefully we'll come back to a few of these getting matched. There's the first one at 195 sitting there in the queue to get matched, and there's my next one at 19, and I'll just drip them down and hopefully we can get matched on a few of them. In a perfect scenario it'll just stay 2-1, but we never know what's going to happen. I'll just let this run till you see this getting matched. You'll see this profit here going up to £12.50, and this will go up to £10, and this will drop to £5.80 once this leg gets matched that I've put in. I've just dripped these in 19, 185, 18, and you'll see there's it now. The 195 is matched, and we're up to 12.50, 10, 5.80. So it's reducing liability on other score lines and adding profit into other score lines while reducing on the score line I'm on. So as you can see, 19 is about to get matched any minute, and this will go to 15.50 and this will go to £13. So if we get another goal or 2 goals here, this will rise a touch. You can see this sitting in the queue. Once this goes, and you can see the green's always rising as the time's running out and these prices are dropping and these ones are rising. This is going to rise. There we go, it's another one matched, and you can see these are rising. There's the 3-0 now. Obviously 3-0 can't come in, but it's going to reduce the green or the red on these. As you can see, the 3-2 and the 3-3 still in play, and these are reducing from over £40, so we're reducing them down as well. So we'll just pause it and hopefully come back to no goals, or maybe a goal in this game if we're lucky. Right, we're up to 83 minutes now, and all our lays have been matched here, but I'll just still use this 5.33 in case we get a late goal from 1.5 down. So I've only £5.33, but if I go at 1.5, I can go £10.66 and put another tenner on these. So, but I'll just drip it in again on the 2-1, which is here, and I'll just do £2 drips. I'll put 5 in. So that's £10, but that £2 is only going to take 60p off, so it'll still not even get down to the 100 if they're matched. Hopefully Melby can hold off. I'll be happy taking a point out of it. Or sorry, 2 points. Still nothing here, as you can see. So it could be a point lost here, but I'm not worried about it. We're 1.6 points up on the 2 first half goal trades. But take 2 points here, but 3.6, losing a point. But 2.6 for the night over 4 trades, which would be a good night. But a late goal here, it'd be nice to see if I can reduce this red down a touch on the over 2.5 market. I don't really play it that often, to be honest with you, but it's not bad. It's a very simple trade to get into if you get the goals. But these games tonight weren't really stats wise great games to be getting involved with. I don't know if it's a playoff, it's a relegation sort of playoff game or something in Sweden, I think. So with the internationals on this week's not a great week for trading, so we're generally on a no trade night tonight, and that's why I just said I'll do a video in practice. You know, so hopefully come back to this match finishing 2-1. Right, we're in the 90th minute now. In the Melby game, and you can see we've still got our 2 points there. Total liability on any scoreline is only 12 quid now. So it's half of where it was where we started, because we profit on our target scores and equaled it across. And that's the best way to play these games, I think. You know, chance of 2 points. If it goes 2-all, we'll get 0.8 of a point. Considering we only staked half a point in the first place, and then we'll add a wee bit in. 3-2 would be something similar. So not a bad trade. Just no luck in the other game on a 1-0, but what do? It's part of trading. You do get it. You get 0-0s in games where you think it's going to be 3 goals and the teams just don't perform. So it is part of the game. I'll just show you like there's November the 3rd, and that's how I'll post these for anybody not in the group. You know, for different strategies, the games that I fancy. After I've researched everything, both teams to score. And you can see whether they won or lost. It was 2 out of 3 there, 2 out of 3 there. But an early goal in this game might have meant you didn't get matched at the prices that maybe you were trying to get in at. So it could have been a void bet. 2 out of 3 on the both teams to score. 2 out of 3 here. Again, I think some of these you might have had to trade out early. But that's on the simple strategy, just the 1-2 and the 2-1. And over 2.5, same again as this here. You know, you'd maybe come out early, but when I've done the results, I've took any games where you mightn't have got matched for November, I have voided them, and that's basically how it goes. And you'll see from this game, this match here, or these matches, win. I only got partially matched because it was just on that price. That game won, but it was 1-all at half time, which meant it was a scratch for me, but you could have got out for maybe 0.6 of a point if you'd have traded out. That was a void bet, a win there and a void bet. It was only the 6 trades over the night. Made a couple of points, I think, but that's how they're posted. There's a late goal in the Acropolis game. Don't think it's going to save us, but We'll see. Let me go back to this and see where we are. I'll just pause it. Hopefully this can see. This is reduced now, so let's look at this one. Let's see where we're going. Stick it on the one click. See, so I can get out of this game now. We're 87. There's 4 or 5 minutes left in this game, so we'll let it run and see does it come in for us. But you can get out there now for just over half a point if you wanted. The same like earlier on. After the first goal, you could have got out for a profit. But it's all down to every individual how they like to play these strategies, and over time, once you learn them, you'll decide what you like yourself and you'll do it. So, but that's another thing why everybody's P&L is going to be different. Some people might like entering the market at certain prices, or their liabilities might be different. But we've got 1-1 in this game anyway, so we're only 1 goal away from getting the full green. Mjolby game's 4 minutes into injury time. Let me see how we're getting on with that one. Back to one click. It's a lot easier. This video is a lot longer than I usually do. Usually 10-15 minutes max. Let's just see how many minutes I'm playing here. Hold on. The red card might have had something to do with it. Okay, 5 minutes. So there's about a minute left in this game. I'll just pause it and come back instead of wasting time. Time at Mjolby, and we've took our 2 points. Well, with your commission off, you're looking at 96.26, which is 1.92 points, and that would bring out of the 3 trades so far. That brings the points up to 3.6 tonight on these practice trades. Still a chance of a late goal in this game, otherwise we'll lose a point. So minimum is going to be 2.6 points, but hopefully this gives some of you an idea of how to trade some of these cracked score markets and gives different options as you're going through a game. So I'll pause it and come back when this other one's finished. Good chance now. We've got it for the home team, which will bring the trade in for a full points profit and 4 out of 4 tonight. But again, you mightn't have traded this out. Options are there to do whatever you want, but for the video I'll just let them play right through. So we'll just wait and see does this pen get scored for the home team. So I'll just pause it again, come back. Right, so they missed the penalty and just cost us a point. It's bottom of the league in Sweden, and that's what you've got to expect. I don't know if it's full time yet or not. The market's been suspended, but it hasn't been called as full time yet, so I don't know what's going on. But they missed their pen anyway, the dummies. There we go, full time. So the trade lost, but the opportunities were there to get out with green. Options were there. So overall, 3 out of 4 trades won on these practice trades for a total of 2.6 points. So at the £50 a point that I was using here tonight would have been 130 quid profit. So not bad for nights or an hour's watching football. So hopefully that's an insight for you, is to show you just a few trades for people in the group or people who aren't in the group and want to know what we're up to basically. So like it says anyway, so